Hey, bumped into him last night in the restaurant.
Who?
Dallo.
Hey, he's done well, Dallo.
Really has.
He's been the best player this season.
You know, I was very surprised with that.
Bigger than you think.
No, it's not. Taller. But what I was really surprised, remember when they played Fulson in that game a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
And they didn't start him, but they put Fulson, they started Fulson, but they didn't start him, but then he came on in that game.
Yeah.
I was thinking, with his experience, Sunderland, Rangers before and everything, I thought they would have started him.
Ahmad.
Yeah. Thought they would have started him.
Del, you were too good.
He was fuming though, weren't he, about having to change position?
But going to left back or something.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the thing. I'd never complained. You know
That's
what?
what I mean.
I remember Steve Copper when I was at Palace for a while. He used to play me in all the positions: right back, left back, centre half, and just so you can understand where what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd play anywhere. And
Incy and Brian McClare were playing very well.
Can I be honest?
You couldn't leave a £3.5 million sign out. That was like an £80 million sign.
But Guy, with all due respect,
3.5.
3.6,
3.7.
3.75.
How much do you think you'd be now?
3.77.
I think now.
I found right back. You would be his position.
Honestly, I was just about to say the same thing.
What was Declan Rice? 100.
100, yeah. 105.
You'd be 100.
Yeah.
You'd be 100.
No.
Like, if you're playing in midfield against Ebril and Parkinson at Everton, and they can't pass the ball, and they just
Put it this way, I went to right back, right? Listen, and I'd done a decent job for the team, right? I know we were strong. You couldn't go into midfield and do what I was doing.
Oh no, that's what I get that. Oh, I get that.
Because right back's easier to do.
Yeah,
it's easier to do. Gary, don't. Gary,
just it is. You've got less challenges.
You done brilliant.
Everything's in front of you.
You done brilliantly at right back, but it was easier to do.
I think
if you get on a plane at England, right, and you're sitting by the window, you've had a nightmare if Des comes in and sits outside of you. Because you're just there all day going like that. Yep, for the whole flight. But
great lad,
he was
isn't
some unbelievable guy.
You still speak to him, Roy?
Yes, he does. Yeah, good guy. Yeah, really
Des
good guy.
was the hard.
Roy sees everyone.
Des and
I've not seen
Fabio
him for ages. If I do
Cannavaro
see
was
him,
the
he's
hardest
really
two
good guy.
defenders I've ever played against because you never got even a sniff.
But what? He never spoke publicly to anybody, did he?
No, he's done media.
But he's one of the great lads, bro.
Yeah.
Des Walker.
Yeah.
One of the great.
Great for a night out, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the greats. But the thing is with Des, he would say to me, well, when we go and speak England and talk, he said, listen, you can make all the moves you're doing, but the level that he was at, I'm not looking at what you're doing. I'm looking at how much time the midfielder's got. How much time is it when he passes it to him? What you do, because you've got to start making your move. Because once he gets it, if his head goes down, you'll have had to make the move already. You'll have had to do something to me to move me. So he's watching him. So he's not even bothered about me. So then I had to think, fuck, Jesus, I'm gonna have to go again in respects of learning how I'm gonna have to beat a defender of this caliber.
But Des always said people thought he was light and quick. He was quick. He said, but not as fast as people thought. He said his strength was reading the game.
Reading the game.
Right. So I was there before, obviously.
Was that when he was playing against you in training? He would say that because I always think they're the best teammates, aren't they?
Now the thing is, like you see, like in training, if you make a move, you say, "Well, see, I know you're not going to get anything there." But like I say, if you get Des at the breakfast table or at lunch and you're speaking to him and he goes in and he'll just tell you stuff, tell you nuggets.
When I was a young player at Forest, you know, you were looking for senior players. I Stuart Pearson, Des. But I used to see Percy. Percy was a proper pro. The way he'd come in was Des. But I'd be out in Nottingham at night time and I'd see Des in these bars and I'd be like, I want to be like Des. I want to be like Percy as well. I was torn between the two. Percy been a really top one. Des is...
Yes.
Who were you more like?
Is in between. He actually made his own. Don't look in the bag. Make sure that when the bag is tight before you open it, so you're not looking in. So, in the end, people saying, "What was you doing the Stevie Wonder for?" I wasn't doing Stevie Wonder. I was just making sure I wasn't looking in, and I was going like this, and it looked like Stevie Wonder. But I didn't want people to say, "Oh, that draw was wrong."
It was the most. What's the word?
It wasn't Rod Stewart.
Oh, I remember
Amateur.
that one.
It felt the most amateur, sort of like, felt a bit 1955. That's a draw that would take place like 40 years ago. Where were you, Jill?
I was in the coffee shop. We had like St Patrick's Day, so I had a little drink for Roy.
See, I saw the hats. I saw your hats on.
Well, I had a hat and a beard, and he said, "Nice hat." I was like, "You do know I've got a beard on as well."
Got a beard on.
Didn't notice that.
Get the beard on.
But working St Patrick's Day,
We
be out.
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee, yeah.
Of course.
I thought you'd be celebrating.
I was at the game.
Oh,
That was a great game.
it was a great game. It was a great
brilliant,
game.
yeah, it was brilliant.
So good, so good. You must have been buzzing though, were you?
That's good, yeah. Goals, bit of entertainment.
Exactly.
United need that. The fans need that. I've not seen Old Trafford like that for a long time.
Yeah.
They needed that bit of a boost. It was a mad game.
I think United surprised them. They surprised them with that because it felt a little bit like I'm all in. Where's the chips? Put them all in. Bam.
Yeah. That's what I love about the FA Cup though. Like if that's a league game, probably Liverpool win. I feel like FA Cup, it's just mentality and
I had to finish on the day. You know, there was no replay.
Yeah.
There was a.
They've got to take replays away in the FA Cup. They have to take. They have replays in the earlier rounds, don't they? They've got to get rid of them.
I don't know,
all
Gal.
or
all on them.
Yeah.
Gal, we can't do that for the sake of the
I know the lower club. I get it.
Honestly,
But
to
Gal, save the competition, though. Honestly, I mean, look, I would just like to think I taught that lower clubs need, but lower clubs can get a home draw.
Yeah.
You think about lower club gets a home draw and it's got to finish on the day. You've got a chance of a shock. Whereas if it's a replay at a big ground, you get the money. But where's the shock?
You say that, but then, listen, we speak about. We're talking about the countries we're involved in, but you see Ronaldo and all these boys playing for, and they play every international.
Every time
they literally turn up and they play. That's why what's Ronaldo got 150, 160 caps.
Yeah.
And these guys are under pressure week in, week out because they're goal scorers.
Yeah.
But you don't hear them having chats. And I guarantee if you mentioned to some of them players, I remember some of the lads at Argentina when we were at United, they were playing friendly matches. Remember, they were travelling.
Across the other side of the world.
Yeah. And Ferguson wouldn't put them under pressure about missing matches.
Wales is a competitive fixture though, isn't it?
Yeah, they've
got a competitive one.
Yes,
So I suppose the international break.
But the main thing is
I just can't imagine not going away with country. I really can't. I'm like,
if a manager said to you, "Listen, Joe, I really want you to pull out of this one," and
I think Harry Kane might.
No, I would go.
I think he might pull out second game. Yeah, might play one game, or he might do a deal. I think you'll see a deal.
It's amazing what we're talking about here.
I know,
the words coming out of your mouth. We do a deal.
I know.
But I think that's what.
play for your country.
But we're referring to it because Haaland and De Bruyne. I called it a couple of weeks ago.
They were always going to mix them.
I said, something. There'll be definitely pull-outs in March of these games, and straight away the two best players for City are out.
And what happened? De Bruyne missed the game before they call up. The last game before the international game, he didn't play against Newcastle, did he?
Yeah.
So it's. I'll leave you out against Newcastle, and it falls into place.
Yeah.
But if you played the last game before the games, you go, well, you finished the game. I know you can't turn up.
We did have it actually, just thinking we had like Continental Cup, which is League Cup, Man City versus Arsenal final. And I remember we had an international break and we were going to, I think it was like the She Believes Cup or something, and Arsenal kept a lot of their players behind. And we went away, played these 3 games for England. We were knackered and we did get beat in that final. And I remember there was a bit...
you upset?
Well, not really. I was just like, I always thought it was the right thing to do. And to be honest, if we'd stayed at club, we had bloody fitness camp.
I only pulled out two friendlies where it was done. A deal was done with the manager and the England. Only 2. One under Glenn Hoddle, he wasn't happy, and then that one was under Kevin Keegan. Glenn got me into the room. Anyway, he rang. The boss rang him.
I can imagine. He blasted them.
Yeah.
If I was England manager at the time.
And Glenn said, "You're going back, but I never want to be put in that position ever again."
Yeah, it's awkward, isn't it?
It was awkward. It was, you've been in that. Honestly, it was awkward because I think I was 20. I'm 23 at the time, by the way. It's 98, 99. This, so in fact, it's 97. So I'm 22, 23. Points deductions into the relegation zone. Are they in trouble? They look like the momentum's against them. They're employing referees, coaches, the owners on the pitch.
No, I still think they'll be okay.
You think they'll be okay?
I still think they'll stay up, yeah.
Gal, are we going to get into a scenario where the season's going to finish and then we're not going to know who's going down and what's going on with that?
Well, could be appeals.
Because there's appeals, isn't there? Because Forest lost 4 points, but they're saying they'll appeal it. So, yeah, if that comes after, how will that work?
It
gets boring after a while, doesn't it, when you hear the legal side of it and what could happen in appeals. It's...
I remember saying...
It's
not good for the league.
I think I said it, it's not. I remember saying on there, Gal, that we should... they should have had something in place, like, to say, right, well, if this happens, then you're going to lose that. But then you think to yourself, you got the clubs that are saying, well, how comes they've got that and we've got this? So if you put something in place, now it's...
Forest was saying that because they went up to the playoffs and the championship.
Yeah.
Whatever way you look at the amount of players Forest have signed is...
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
It was 20-odd, wasn't it, in one? So I know they had that 10 players left the previous season.
Of course. When they got promoted, there were a few on loan.
If it doesn't look right, it's usually not right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when Chelsea, you see them spend, you think, it's not right, it doesn't look right. You know what I mean?
How's that-
Chelsea have now got issues, haven't they, with it? What's the best sports documentary that hasn't been made yet?
Keane. Yeah.
Roy Keane's life.
They couldn't pay him
Or the
enough,
Wrights?
Oh yeah, I could see that.
No.
The right.
You know what?
Well, you've done everything. You're an actor. Hey, that movie,
Did you watch it?
brilliant.
Did you?
The one that Wrighty was in?
Yeah.
Is it?
Brilliant.
What's it called again?
The kitchen.
Kitchen.
A kitchen or the kitchen?
The kitchen.
The kitchen.
Brilliant. Right, honestly,
Thanks.
I have to give you some
I'm
toffee.
going to have to make that on my...
You have to
Is it on
watch it.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to watch
that-
it.
And you know, I mean, we're looking at what's happening now in respect, and she's injured again. She's unfortunately done
Emma?
her back.
What's your
You know what I mean?
documentary?
It would
We
be.
should get her on here.
She's somebody that.
Would you like to come on Stick to
she's
Football? Always
somebody
welcome.
who's so talented, so good. But like, obviously, injuries are causing her a problem. But that, for me, in respect of a tournament, if you was seeing that as a documentary, would probably be very.
Saying that, she does
eye-opening.
more photo shoots than Jill.
Well, have you seen her?
Jesus.
I'd put her in more photo shoots than me as well.
But like,
You
we
must have
can't,
been
yeah, but
busy
you
the last
can't
few
judge her
years.
like that, Roy.
I'm only that joke.
Yeah, I know you're joking, but this is but people are judging her like, she's doing too
Of
much.
course they do. That's what people do.
You know?